You said you was in that play. You said. But did you get in, baby? But did you get in? No. Things about to get crazy. All that missed opportunity, but you bought all the ANC. That stock is about to get hot. I know it has been too long. I've been all around too much. How to get back all my money and get all of my gains. Giving me all that more ass, more sale. Thinking about them green markets, but I could have gone in on that play. Get right with your mind. Get back everything that you lost. Got some silver, got some Tesla. Boys about to explode. Give me all of the
G and me.
I know that they will all
Work out. Up, down. Yo. What it do, what it do, what it do. Where? Lion stand, baby. What up, Jason? Jason G. This is not financial advice. That's right, baby. Tell him. Tell him. That's that. Did you get it? Drilling. Yeah. Drilling.
Lion's dead, baby.
All right. What's going on, Jason? What's up? Welcome back to another live stream with yours truly, Lion of All Trades, here in the Lion's Den, in the fam. What's up? What's up? How you been? Need some financial advice? Well, I mean, I thought you'd have some financial advice. Hypothetically, I was hoping maybe you had some scoop. You had some stocks that you were looking into, recently. I want to hear what you got. You know what I'm saying? Well, actually, as a matter of fact, I think we had recently discussed what you see here on the chart. Chewy, remember Chewy? Chewbacca. I'm about to get smoked on physical silver. What you mean about to get smoked on physical silver? It's just going on a temporary correction, along with the rest of precious metals and commodities like oil. I mean, oil is still hanging around 70, but the rest of the commodities, yeah. You just gotta wait for the next bottom. Whatever's going on right now, I think it's just gonna be a temporary reaction, in my opinion. Because eventually, they're gonna have to use gold to back up majority of the currencies, right? Am I right? Is that what's supposed to happen? Like, as a matter of fact, I want silver to come down some more. Just a little bit, I need to get me a piece of physical silver. Let's see how. Oh my gosh! On the daily chart is below the 200 EMA now. So here's a theoretical range here that physical silver can go down to. I think the most that it will go down to is if it falls right into this range here, this box. I just drew it out because, you know, I just see these support and resistances from the past and how it retested, and then after that it broke out, and then precious metals went haywire, and it went through its cycle. But then, you know, after the bullish cycle that it went through alongside with the other precious metals, then it started to lose steam and come back down and correct. And if this is the case, we're just gonna be hypothetical about this. So I want to use this as a reference, and then maybe either this or maybe this could be the bottom. I don't know. I want to say somewhere within this range of around like 48 to 54 in that box. So if silver and the rest of the commodities continue to get hit the way it's been for a while, then I want to say that would be the next bottom to test, and then see if they decide to make that the next bottom. I mean, not only just silver, but, you know, all the other metals too, to go. Like, for example, gold would have to come back to like 3,900 or just a little bit below 3,900, and test that as the next level of support, like right here. So that would have to be somewhere, yeah, around 3,893. And as you can see here on the RSI, it's pretty much in oversold territory. So it just needs to bounce somehow from here where it's at. And you could see how deep the RSI has gone, especially around June 9th to the 10th. Here just broke down that oversold level at 30, all the way down to as low as what we see here, like 17, 18, and then it popped back up shortly, and then came back down again. But then it came back down higher than what it was before June 10th here on the 24th of June. And you can see it's kind of like going, there's pullbacks, but then the RSI is coming back down to bounce higher than it was previously, and then so such and such. So I figured that if that was the case, then in my opinion, not financial advice, then gold would have to retest 3,900 as the floor, if not just a little bit under, and then rebound from there, and then, you know, find a bottom from there, and then everything starts to go up again, including silver and platinum. You know, platinum would have to come back down to like 1,500. Palladium would have to go back down to either 1,135 or somewhere just below 1,100. You know, so that's just my take on it, and it just depends on what the overall markets decide to do, and all geopolitical events, the back and forths between the US and Iran and such and such. So there goes my bird, being a bird, about to be put to sleep non-lethally. At the moment, you can see the dollar index since January 27th, the 26th to the 27th of January, where the US dollar index had reached the lowest since February of 2022, at a low of 90. As a matter of fact, no, 95.55 was the lowest on the 52-week range. Low. Yeah. So according to that, it shows that the dollar index is strong, way over 100, which would indicate that if the dollar index is up, then commodities and precious metals go down. That's usually what happens, you know. This bird. So, let's see, we have here an update 8 minutes ago. I can't even see it right now. Subject to Tuesday White House schedule. I can't even see it. Why can't I see that? Let me see. I can't even move it. Subject to additions during the day. Okay, sure. I think the dollar index is somewhat topping over here. I don't know if it has the capabilities of actually coming back up again, but it looks like it's held the bottom for a very long time. Very long time. So we'll see what happens. Oil has completely broken out of this this pennant. What we thought we'd see oil somehow follow this pennant or this bull flag and then go ahead and, you know, do one of these things here. It seems like that was not the case. And then yeah, and then all of a sudden, peace deal supposedly brought oil back down to like as low as 68, 69. Not really, Jason. I'm actually not an AMC, to be transparent. I might have did like a put in the past. I just can't remember when. I just can't remember when exactly it was. I'm trying to see exactly. Let's see. That's funny. The bird is out of control. Let's see. I'm trying to see right now. I'm trying to see. I'm trying to look at my history. I don't know how I. Oh wait a minute. Trading options. Oh, history. Okay. You're still on GME? I think it's. Yeah. Oh, you see, here it is. Yeah. So, even though I can't really show it on here. I. Wait. Did I? What did I do? Oh, okay. I had bought a $2.50 put that it had expired in June 18th, but I think that eventually that actually backfired on me, because then AMC ended up going back up to like 270-ish, and then I was like, nah. I was like, shoot, yep. And I didn't want to get my little monies cooked on that one. So, but yeah, June 18. Oh my God, my mouse. Hello. June 18th, yeah, June 18th, and ended up going to 290 on the high. And then eventually the next day on the 22nd on Monday, it ended up going to 320 something and then dropping back down to like 276. So it wasn't worth it. But I do remember doing one in the past, and it was actually profitable. But anyways, I really don't know what's going on right now, besides the fact that the market is just acting up, and AMC somehow comes back down in the red, closing at $2.03, negative 6.02%. And it was at a high of $2.29 today. Can you believe that? So yeah, look at that. Let's check the 5. No, we could check the 5-minute chart. Let's see. Okay, so for some reason, right as market opened, you see AMC jumping from 217 and then going as high as 229 and then dropping back down to like 213 in the span of those 5 minutes. Comes back up, then from 224, then it starts to go all the way back down to the low of $2.01. So it was like a trap and a half. So people got trapped. I'm pretty sure people were feeling optimistic when they saw that pop, and then they were like, oh my God, we're going to see calls, and it was probably going to go back to $2.50. But then they got trapped, and then they got shaken out, and then it just started selling off from there. And at the same time too, not only did AMC, but the cause of that was because of the markets. At that time, for some reason, the markets went on a deep dive down. So around here, if I can show you exactly what I'm talking about. Let me show you real quick. Right. Oh yeah. Yeah, I wanted to show you right here real quick. What up, Fishy? Yo, we got the birthday guy in the lines then right now. The birthday guy, Fishy friends. Happy birthday! Let's go. Happy birthday to Fishy friends. Give him a big, great roar on the chat for Fishy. And a happy birthday. And to many, many more. And to many, many more. And to many, many more. Blessings to you. Stay healthy. Stay strong. Now you're in the new age. In the new age. So time to make this new age the best age. Better than the last age. Take it to the new age, and then the new age after that is the new age where we're growing stronger, and we're growing wiser, and we're growing smarter, and we're growing flying monkeys, flying lions. But for real, happy birthday. I just wanted to show you the comparisons to what happened when the markets opened. So people won't say, oh my god, what happened to AMC? Well, this was the answer, guys. This was the answer right here. You see this, Fishy? Look at that. It's as simple as that. Well, now, and then eventually the SPY took everything down with it, including AMC. So, you see, this is why I like to draw. I like to draw these things. Be like, ooh, see? And we got a, ooh, and then we got a, ew, and then we got a, ew, and then we got a little, 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 see? See what I'm saying? And then, for some reason, the market SPY was consolidating, and then it was actually on an uptrend back to 740, while AMC was actually chopping back down all the way to like $2.01, right? And then it eventually made its way back up. It tried it up to like 213, and then right here you see the markets try to pull back, try to rise back up. So from here, from here, and then from here you see the SPY consolidate right into close. But for some reason, AMC just went like, and then SPY just continued to trade flat. So it was kind of like a PND, yeah. You could say that. But you could see how most of the time it's usually the SPY that's influencing most of the price action on stocks like AMC and GME and others. You know, it's not an individual thing, and people, you know, sometimes they get stuck on that. You know, they're just looking at AMC for like 24 hours, and they're like, oh my god, it spiked up. Oh my god, why is it going down 6%? Hello, look at the overall markets. Look at what SPY is doing. You're not gonna get the move that you're looking for if things are not happening. That's supposed to trigger these things. You know what I'm saying? So as I'm saying, as always, stay locked the in. Stay locked in. Don't lose track. Because if you lose track of everything else as a whole, then you're gonna miss out on other opportunities. You know what I'm saying? GME, for example, GME. I know that somehow GME gets a bit more traction and a lot more volume. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but I see a lot more movement in GME than AMC. And especially with everything happening, with the ongoing negotiations and trying to acquire eBay and all that stuff, while Ryan Cohen is working behind closed doors, making sure that he's successful in obtaining and acquiring eBay and making GME more successful and more profitable, in my opinion. I mean that's pretty much it, what's happening, right? And all we can try to see if we actually see that specific trigger, if we see that breaking news, that the catalyst, the major catalyst that's gonna set this thing off. Set this off 20, 30, 40%, 50%, 100%, 150%, 200% in one day. That in itself, guys, is the run that you're looking for. And even if it's not the supposed quote-unquote MOAS, if this supposed catalyst hits, if everything else falls into fruition, or comes into fruition, I mean to say, theoretically speaking, and you're in the, you know, and you're in at the bottom of the pit and knowing that it's gonna bounce back, then you're good. You should be just fine, right? And remember, this thing had bounced off of that supposed reoccurring support of $21. Remember what we talked about that in that other night stream, I think last week? And I drew all these circles showing you that supposed support, that recurring support. Yeah. And then what happened here recently? It actually ended up just falling just a little tad bit under $21 a share. And then GME ended up consolidating, solidifying that bottom, and then bouncing back up from the 26th of June on Friday at $21 and going up as high as $22.90 on the 26th. Oh, actually a few hours later. Okay, yeah. So as a matter of fact, yeah. So 4 o'clock in the morning on that Friday at $21, all the way to $22.90 at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon on that Friday. And then come back down, even though this was kind of sick, you know how they just brought it down from $22.90 to close at $22.14. But now you got yourself a bit of a consolidation. You have this going on, right? And the trend is actually still bullish because now you have the Heikin Ashi indicator, the smooth Heikin Ashi candles turning from red to gold or yellow, whatever you want to call it, and showing that trend turning bullish, in my opinion. And so, since that's the case, you're gonna want to bet that, you know, that is the bullish indicator that it will hold off, and it would try to maintain that $22 level as a support. But again, don't count for that to be the case, because as you know, and like I'm always saying, always look at the overall markets, just in case if that is what's influencing the pullback, and all that stuff, and find your levels. And if you think that that's gonna pull back, try to see what's the next level of support. Maybe 2150. 2150 is the next level of support. If it breaks under that, then it'll go back to 21. If it doesn't, and if it tries to hold 22, then that is a good thing, and you want GME to hold 22. And there you would have a stair step. And as a matter of fact, I believe that the candle that just printed on the daily chart for today was a doji. Is that a doji? It looks like it here. I'm gonna zoom in so you guys can see it real closely. And as you guys are looking at this, I'm gonna give a special shout out to you, Fishy. Again, thank you for that gifted membership and a happy birthday. And Pamela la shout out to you. Hope all is well and that your hips are moving like Shakira and grinding on that Uber Eats, and that you were gifted a membership by Fishy Friends. So congratulations to you. A big roar in the chat for Pam and for Fishy. I don't know why that didn't come out. That was weird. There it goes. Oh no, it disappeared again. What's going on with that? Chat. What is this? Alright, there it goes. Anyways, I'm trying to look at this candle here. I don't know, you guys. Let's do some research. Doji candle. All right. Let's see. Daily. Oh, so it is a doji, guys. It's a doji. Usually is a technical analysis chart pattern that forms when a security's open and close prices are virtually identical during a given time period. Visually, it looks like a cross, a plus sign, or an inverted T. It indicates market indecision. All right, so it doesn't know whether it's gonna go up or go down. So tomorrow could be, one of those days that's kind of like, maybe up or maybe down. To me, like, when I looked at this candle and it's black, so it usually indicates bearish, versus if it was yellow, then it would be bullish. But it looks like it was actually coming back down on the way of the close, because the high of the candle was at 22.15, and then it ended up closing at 22.03. Yeah, it's pieces of dookie. I can't wait to move out of here. Can't wait to move out of this freaking building, yo. But before we move out, I want to go upstairs and I want to just kick the crap out of that door and go bam. Anyways, my bad, guys. Yeah, I can't stand this building. Yeah, of course. We can definitely look at Wait, I just realized Adrian said AMC and GMC. All right. We'll look at Nixie as Nixie Dixie here in the Topps Gainer list for today, as it was on the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, number 6 of this supposed watch list that we have here from all the stocks that we've talked about in the past, and that's a lot of tickers on here. But it took number 6. It closed at 19.70%. Look at that daily. Ooh. Look at how that daily looks like. It definitely did not give out. It actually stayed above 130. And then it opened at 136 to go as high as 168. and to close higher than it was before at 158. The volume for today was at 7.56 million. The day before it was at a volume of 1.47 million. So definitely a whole bunch of volume came in today, and it showed that the volume was definitely bullish. And it also retested the past couple of daily candles here with these wicks hitting just above 165. So I want to say that we saw somewhat of like a consolidation there. You know what I'm saying? Like it like consolidated a bit there. So normally you would want to build up to be like, well, you can't see the chart? What do you mean? Oh my god, how did I switch? Was I like that the whole time? Nah. Don't tell me I was just only audio and not visual. It's like listening to a radio show. Alright, so this is how it looks like right here. I'm going to show you on the 24-hour chart. Wait, so you guys are telling me this whole time I was like streaming without my screen? Oh, for 5 minutes. Okay. Not for nothing, I must have clicked something that made it transition. My bad, guys. My bad. But yeah, other than that though, this trend is looking pretty spicy. Cause look, you have here the 200 EMA, the daily, and it's actually trending just slightly up. And then you have this line here, this indicator, that's also showing it go from red to yellow and starting to trend up too, along with the price action that you see there, which is looking quite sexy and juicy. The RSI also bounced here, as you can tell, and the yellow, as you know, that's the 50 EMA. But this, even though it is overbought, it's still bouncing back up. And we'll check on the 4-hour. The 4-hour also broke out of that 50 MA on the RSI. So in my opinion, it would technically have the room to actually come back up and then retest these higher levels on the RSI, which it actually did happen before in the past, back in June 15 on Monday, and it hit way over the overbought levels at like 85, even though it's supposed to be at 70 for overbought and 30 for oversold. But overall, you can see how much it's gone up. And right here, you can see that these candles here has trended up. Now the only thing is, if we can make a bullish and bearish case for this pattern here, I mean, I don't know if you guys can actually tell, but the last thing you would want if you're bullish on this is for the same thing to happen what Nixie did on the week of June 22nd, last week pretty much, and then continue to wick past over 160 to 165, but then pull back from there. So you see there was a wick here, wick here, wick here, wick here, wicked 4 times to to try to attempt to break over 170. So it makes it seem like theoretically, what the hell was that? So it makes it seem like 170 is that major resistance that's having a hard time trying to break. So we're just gonna say that 170 is the target to break, and if it breaks 170, then you'll see more volume pumping in, and then we'll try to test. Then we would try to see Nixie test $2, and then after that, the bearish case scenario is if the same thing happens, and then you see a rejection off of that supposed resistance at like 170 or just below that, and then pull back again, and then try to come back down to like 130, and then retest again and see if it actually holds 130 again. If not, and if it breaks below 130, then you'll see more downside from there. But we want to be optimistic, of course. We want to be bullish, not to say that we're just pumping the stock, but we would rather prefer to see the bullish case scenario occur, and then see Nixie trend back up, break that 170 level, and then go for $2 afterwards. It could take this week. Predictingly, it could take next week, and could probably take two weeks. I don't know. Depends. But if you don't have that volume that you saw today, which was over 7 million, compared to the last trading day, which was over 1 million. If you don't have over 7 million, 10 million, then you won't see that price action, and you won't see another day of green. So it just needs to continue from there. So please, more bullish, por favor. If I can say myself honestly, if I would have listened to Big JR, if I would have gotten in, and if I would have gotten in at 50 cents in February and also in May, then at this point I would have been way up in profits, because measuring the bottom here, you would be up over 240% since May, or since February for that matter. Not financial advice. This is the weekly chart, by the way. And the monthly is pretty big too. Now, what's the latest? Let's see. Yeah. So, gosh, I feel so fat. Hold on. I need this last piece of chicken. So Nixie and Tachyon 9 unveil a $1 billion carbon-conscious AI data campus designed around hydrogen power, low water cooling, and U.S. energy security. Okay. Let's see. I should have cashed out my 2 MLB bets tonight while I was ahead. Damn. You would have been up. You probably would have bought like 10,000 more shares of Nixie, right? No, I'm joking. Big JR would have triggered the short squeeze for Nixie. Hey, JR, you remember you said that once before in another occasion, and look what happened to Wolf. Wolf ended up becoming a double-digit stock. And if we take a look at Wolf, where it's at now, this thing is at $25.58, and the 52-week high was at $29.84. So yeah, not too long ago, this hit an all-time high, right? Oh no, actually no, it didn't. My bad. Technically, yeah, nah. Technically, actually, it was around. Supposedly, it was around November 17th, 2021, where it hit as high as $43.98. But regardless, from the bottom, from when this was at like, wait a minute, when oh, when this was like at, wow, hold up for a second. And you know what's crazy? This never even went through a reverse stock split for, I don't know, for wait. Yeah, this stock hasn't not gone through a reverse split. I'm just letting you know right now. There's no splits I can't see from here. But this stock, once upon a time, was below $1. And it was back here. I'll show you. Once upon a time, back here, it was at like 53 cents. Yeah, I think it was like at 53 cents a share. Once upon a time. So imagine that. At 53 cents. If you had gotten in at 53 cents back in 2023, you'd be up probably over 4,600% from 1,246 days invested into the stock. That in itself is pretty much like if you've gotten in like with 10K or 20K, whatever, you would have been all set. You would have been set at this point. And even so, and if like as Big JR is predicting, if this sucker goes to like 50 to 75 bucks, and if Nixie does the same thing too later on down the road, oh gosh, I think we won't be hearing from Big JR for a long time. He's probably gonna be somewhere in Barbados or in one of those islands. Not financial advice. I don't know, for some reason I just got reminded of like the operation that you went through. How was that progress, by the way? Like, how are you feeling after that? Since it's been like a few months. Have you been getting a lot stronger? A lot better now? Man, this shit's so good. Mr. Terminator over here. TerraWolf plans to convert industrial sites into 250 to 500 megawatts yearly hyperscale data centers for HPC and AI workloads. Citigroup flagged execution and funding risks for the build out, and then something. Look at this. Why Wolf stock still has 40% upside after nearly 500% surge in the past 12 months. Here's what Citi is saying. Says Citi initiated coverage with a buy rating and a $36 price target, implying around 32% upside from Friday's close. The company has transformed from a Bitcoin mining business into a developer of power-rich infrastructure for high-performance computing and AI workloads, said Citi. Supply constraints in power and data center capacity could create a favorable environment for companies capable of bringing new AI infrastructure online, the bank said, according to CNBC. Citi initiated coverage of TerraWolf with a buy rating and a $36 price target, implying around 39% upside from the stock's Friday's close. The bank has reportedly said that the energy infrastructure company still has room to climb despite the stock surging nearly 500% over the past 12 months. Wolf shares rose more than 3% in Monday morning's trading following Citi's bullish call, but later erased those gains and were down about 3% at the time of the writing. TerraWolf, previously seen by many on Wall Street as a pure play on cryptocurrency mining, has pivoted toward providing energy infrastructure for high-performance computing systems which are used in the development of artificial intelligence. Citi analyst Michael Rollins see more momentum for the stock as demand for HPC stays strong, according to a report on CNBC. Damn. Let's see. So you're back. Oh, it's yes. So it's 6 months already. Back to about 85 to 90%. Okay. It's better than anything lower. Is always about being at 100% no matter what. Just as you take it in moderation and you slowly get back to where you were, and even better than before. Clear to do whatever, so I'll be hitting weights like more each week. Been walking and jogging for months, almost every day. Yeah, but take it lightly. Don't go lifting like Arnold, even though you're the Terminator right now. Just take it lightly, and if anything, just get to a more leaner state than what you was before. Get those six packs out. Get your lean on and yeah, just stay conditioned no matter what. I'm speaking this right now and I'm looking at myself like I need to get back on track with my fitness because my belly is coming out a little bit. And I don't want to be 40 with a belly. I want to be, before I hit 40, I want to be in the greatest shape of my life. Especially if I'm playing handball. But yeah, bro, I got you. Anytime, man. I just figured, it just popped in my mind. I had to ask because, it's been a while. Oh, my back. Let's see. Oh, what was it that he was... President Trump was signing an executive order earlier, apparently. Let's see, breaking from Fox News. President Trump signs a presidential memo to make it easier for Americans to repair their own cars by protecting the right to fix vehicles and opening up more options for approving aftermarket parts. It came to my attention because I noticed they were arresting people for fixing their car. What? Are you serious? I've never heard of that. How do people get arrested for fixing their own cars? That's absurd. I didn't even know this was happening. Let's see what else is going on. 2 hours ago by the Kobayashi, I don't even know how to say that name. I'm butchering it. But anyways, also President Trump telling gas retailers to get their prices down immediately, or there will be big problems ahead. So he said on a post at 7:39 p.m. Eastern Time, gasoline retailers must get their prices down immediately. They're too high considering that oil is now at $68 a barrel and heading south. The retailers must quickly react to this statement and do what they know is right. Drop your price for our great American people. There will be no gouging. It says gauging. I think he meant gouging, which is totally illegal. If retailers don't do this, big problems lie ahead. Start targeting around the $2.50 a gallon number, and California should stop charging such heavy taxes on their gasoline. Soon the tax will be higher than the product itself, and the United States will not stand for it, nor will the people of California, who are being abused by these ridiculous taxes and by their own government, President Donald J. Trump. Can you believe that? Nah, stop it. Yo, what up, Lewis? Lewis saying, I just got out of jail for fixing my own car. What's up? Did you really? Because I would be upset if that actually happened to you, and it was ironically a coincidence that you happen to be a victim of being arrested because you were fixing your own car. That would have been crazy. That would be crazy work. Heads up, y'all. Hertz is at $2.34. Yeah, I was watching that earlier. Next is gonna be, oh, I got arrested because I was changing my battery for my e-bike, and I was just trying to put my freshly charged battery into my e-bike, and they stopped me and they put me in cuffs because I was supposedly hurting the environment. All right, Big JR. I'm glad that you were able to make it to the stream. Much love to you, brother. And I'll see you on the Discord, and you enjoy the rest of your night, brother. Love you. Be safe, man. And don't let the police see you fix your own car, man. These police officers trying to meet their quotas and make money off some dumb shit. You gotta be careful out there. You don't know what they could pull out next. In my opinion, of course. I just walked in when that was going on the screen, yeah. Hold on. What else is going on here? Yo, this guy's stomach is so huge. Yo, you see this? Yeah. Yo, look at the guy's belly right next to Donald Trump. Holy. Yo, he's definitely 9 months pregnant. and he got an Audi as a belly button. That is crazy. I've never seen an Audi, a belly button so out like that. You would think that it was a big boob with a nipple. That's insanity. It says here that the Supreme Court has indicated tomorrow, Tuesday, will be the final opinion announcement date of this term, meaning we expect the landmark birthright citizenship decision at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Tomorrow will be massive when it comes to the future of our country. All right, you guys heard it right there. All right, again, tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, a final opinion announcement. Expecting the landmark birthright citizenship decision. Yo, but that's crazy. I mean, like, just looking at, dude, that's a big belly button. That is a big Audi. And a big tummy too. Jeez, I do not want to be that guy. He'll be bouncing his belly like a basketball. According to this guy Winmar.x on x.com, every 4 years in July the market gets hit with a major correction, just like it was seen in July of 1998, where you saw a negative 23.71% correction. And then a negative 32.41% correction in July 2002. And then a 9.60% correction in July 2006. A negative 18.94% correction in July 2010. Negative 11.05% in July 2014. A negative 19.27% in July 2018. Negative 19.92% in July 2022, and then a negative 24.62% supposed correction for July 2026. That's insane. What? Yo, what is happening in Venezuela, dude? How? There's no way. Apparently, supposedly, a devastating lightning bolt has struck directly onto the runway of Manuel Carlos PR International Airport in Puerto Ordaz. The thunderstorm showed no mercy and left behind an image straight out of a disaster movie. Venezuela keeps taking hit after hit. How much longer can this accumulated suffering go on? These people deserve a break. That's crazy. Anyway, what? I swear that guy was supposed to be on GasX commercial today. Yeah. Dude, if anything, that guy definitely deserves to be in that commercial. That guy definitely deserves to be. Bro, like, what is going on here, bro? I feel like just going up to him and just like slapping his belly. Look, he's like he wants to cover his belly button, but he's like, yo, I gotta stay cool. I gotta maintain calm, yo. I don't even think he realizes how. Somebody is definitely gonna be talking about that. And you know what? Like they're gonna end up like doing an AI where they'll just take him and then just like grabbing the guy's belly and then try to put his mouth on the belly button. I know, graphic, gross. That's gross, I know. But yeah, that's gonna be crazy. Oh gosh. Just throw a big one on them, man. Oh, listen to this, fishy. Because you're out there in California. According to earthquake prediction on X.com, this was 2 hours ago, fishy. All right, so heed this caution. But it says here a 48-hour warning alert. 5.5 to 7.0 earthquake is likely in the Los Angeles area during the next 48 hours. How are they predicting this, and how is this even possible? In the next 48 hours, so that's somewhere between tomorrow and July 1st. It could be either before or after 48 hours, but somewhere around that range. According to this, just speculation, that the California earthquake risk has been listed on here, that it's likely possible for the Los Angeles area to experience an earthquake of the magnitude between 5.5 and 7.0. If they're gonna bet on this, yo, that's crazy. Yeah, Lewis said, should we bet on this situation? Let's see on Kalshi or Polymarket. See what are the odds and how much can we get. They're gonna be like, oh, like bet 1,000 contracts for 20 cents if you think it's gonna happen tomorrow. Bet this sort of amount of contracts for the next day. That's man, that's sickening. To me, that's kind of like disturbing, you know, knowing the fact that they're willing to like set bets on natural disasters. I mean, they already have. As a matter of fact, they already have predictions, a prediction market for like weather. I don't know if you noticed that, but if you go on, I forgot if it was like Robinhood weather prediction market. Look at it right here. Look, climate daily high temperature predictions. Like, how is this even possible? Look at this. Los Angeles daily temperature high, June 29th, 2026. Even though we're already almost done with the 29th of June. You can see it that the temperature is greater than 68 by 90. What? Oh, well, no, wait, actually, you know what? Hold on. San Francisco. Oh, New York City. Yeah, that's insane. Where is June 30th? Oh, here. Atlanta, Washington, D.C., Houston, Seattle, Philadelphia, daily temperature high, June 30th, 2026. Greater than 87, up 91% with plus 8 contracts. So yeah, things like that. Then you have elections for every state, sports, commodities like WTI, Brent crude, natural gas, crypto, economics, the gas prices, the Fed, indicators, macro, energy, education, entertainment, what, TV, movies, Rotten Tomatoes. Like, look at that. You got prediction markets for everything, man. Politics. Trump. Let's look at Trump. Who will be Trump's next attorney general? Todd Blanche, Lee Zeldin or Ron DeSantis? Will the SAFE Act become law? Will Americans receive tariff stimulus checks? Look, let's see this. Let's see this. Either before 2027, before August, or before July. And you could bet there's no way it's before July, because we're literally like a day away from July. So you either have before August or before 2027, where we could be receiving tariff stimulus checks. So it's on the table. Supposedly, apparently, allegedly, it's on the table. And this could happen. So it says here, what is it about? So it gives a description. And it says, will Americans receive tariff stimulus checks? Will at least 1 million Americans receive checks of at least $1,000 directly attributable to tariff revenue before January 1st, 2027? Get $1 for every contract you own if your prediction is correct, or close your position before the event resolves. Additional fees apply. Read the full contract terms and conditions. I would like my $1,000 tariff stimulus check, please. Like before now. You guys want to bet on this? Yeah, I bet they're gonna do this before August. And that's after something. I mean, like, if he was actually thinking of announcing this during the July 4th celebration as a surprise, that would be insane. Then for sure you would bet on Americans receiving tariff stimulus checks before August of this year. Yo, what up, Eric G. E. Martin? It sounds like we're getting some insider information. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't even be surprised, because like they're low-key like giving us options to choose from, and then it's like at the same time, this could be one of the case scenarios. This could be one of the options that could occur. And then all of a sudden, he comes up with a surprise for the July 4th celebration, and he starts like implementing certain things and signing whatever. And then he comes up with a surprise announcement. Because of our 4th of July, Independence Day, we're celebrating 250th anniversary of our great country, America, America's birthday celebration. We're gonna give all the Americans what they want, what they truly need, let me just hold on. I gotta. Oh, there you go. I had to let that one out. It wasn't pretty. It smells. But by God, it's American for sure. It's an American fart. It smells good. It smells American. It smells like cheeseburgers. But it's without further ado that I will announce on 4th of July, the 250th birthday of America the Great, we will be giving Americans tariff stimulus checks of $1,000 hitting the accounts before August 1st. And we're going to do it greatly. We're going to do it huge. We're going to make sure every American is taken care of. And we're going to make sure that everybody enjoys a great burger, a fantastic burger, an American burger with bacon and lettuce, tomatoes, With some pickles, maybe. Imagine, listen, as we're like literally talking about this, we could be betting on this right now before August. Nah, joke. But for example, right? Like, let's say I wanted to buy 1,000. Let's say I wanted to buy like 3,000 contracts. That's worth like $390. And that I'd say that it's gonna happen before 2027. The payout would be $3,000. How can I switch this though? Hold on. Oh, right here. As you see here, the odds. Oh, show 6 more. Okay. Oh, so there was more before. There was more options, but they expired. So now the next 3 options is before July, which is out of the question. And you can see that the contracts were a lot cheaper at 0.3 cents. And then before August at 1.4 cents. So if you click on this, let's see. So let's say I wanted to buy 6,000 contracts, right? 6,000 contracts. And that cost me $240. That's $120 commissions and fees, right? 2 cents on the ask. If it so happens that whatever we were just discussing, if he gives us a surprise announcement, and then that before August he gives Americans a tariff stimulus checks, then my 6,000 contracts of $240 would be worth $6,000 in profit, and that would be my payout. I would get paid $6,000 for that prediction. That's insane, right? But guys, don't gamble. All right, this is just for experiment and educational purposes. All right, speculative purposes here. Okay, not financial advice. But yeah, what a burger! Yo, what a burger! I think I haven't tried Whataburger. Of course, I haven't tried In-N-Out because that's mostly on the West Coast, not on the East Coast. We got Shake Shack over here. We got Five Guys. We got Bear Burger. We got 7th Street Burger. We have a lot of burger spots here in New York, which is not bad. And I like to think that Shake Shack and In-N-Out is kind of like the same, but I don't know. Let's see. Louis, there goes my president. My wife asked me what am I doing. I said I'm planning out my future with my fellow colleagues. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so they're betting on things like that. No, because the reason why this subject came into the conversation was because and it's funny because you just came into the chat before and we're just talking about Los Angeles, and just showing this post by Earthquake Prediction at Quake Prediction, the Twitter handle, or at x.com, alerting people a 48-hour warning that a 5.5 to 7.0 magnitude earthquake is likely to hit in the Los Angeles area, and the risk. These are the areas at risk for that 5.5 to 7.0 magnitude earthquake, which is literally like very at the edge of California, And what's interesting is that it's literally on the this is really very creepy. This is very funky. I'm just like, I'm just wondering because look at where the area is, where it's red. And you know where the fault lies, the San Andreas fault? It literally lies within where this is right here. And you know, there was all these like scenarios where they would say that a part of California would fall off from the actual state, and then like, I don't know, man. I mean, really, I don't want to see that happen, but it's like, what are the odds? And what if, just what if? But this is pretty much prediction, this is speculation. I wouldn't want to see that type of magnitude happen in California, and especially when they have this mapped out like this. Like, the fact that they have the edge of California from north to south within that risk area at 95%. If that happened, I'd instantly die. Jeez. Which is, God forbid, something that I wouldn't want to see happen. Because if that was the case, we just never know. Things can happen unexpectedly. Shit, something can even happen over here and we wouldn't even know. But it's good. It's a good thing to at least like be prepared. And just thinking of like the odds of things like that happening to California. I mean, people would rather just start early and and especially if they have enough capital and funds and whatnot to be able to move around, and then to be able to relocate to another area where you wouldn't really be affected by such a magnitude earthquake. And if things were to get bad, and Los Angeles is already bad as it is with everything that's happening, so imagine if things of that magnitude were to occur, and then a lot of people become misplaced from their homes, and then all the other people, the bad people, just like what's happening in Venezuela, it's just ridiculous and just evil. And like, you just gotta protect yourself. You gotta protect yourself no matter what. But anyways, yeah, that's insane right now. El Simón, dale con limón. 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 Mira con el Simón. Y lava con jabón. Dale con Simón. Después lava con jabón. El Simón. Y con limón. Un huevón. Let's see. Last time Michael Saylor sold in 2022, Bitcoin marked the bottom. We are here again in 2026. how would you even know? This guy, I want to smack him because this is a lot. Honestly, this looks a lot different than what this looks. This pattern, this could, well, you never know. This could be a freaking head and shoulders. If not, this could be a whole monthly candle that would probably fall even below that. As a matter of fact, this is like, I don't understand. This is actually way off because Bitcoin is already below 60,000. I mean, it's been consolidating for a little bit there, but to be honest, like, I still see that 53,000, 54,000 level possible for Bitcoin to come down to. And look, and you can see the RSI, I don't know if you noticed, but the RSI on the daily chart, it actually rejected off the 50 MA. So more than like so more than likely I didn't get in, but I would like to definitely get in when the crypto market continues to go bearish. And look how far it actually went down, way past the 30 level of oversold territory on the RSI. It went as low as like 10, and that was back in June 6th of 2026, the beginning of this month. And this was at, yeah, just around 59,000. But did you get in? No, not really. But we can't say that this could be the case because it could either go both ways. So it could either just pop up and break over that 50 MA daily chart, or it could just continue to reject from here and then start heading back down to where it was since June 2nd and go for another double bottom. And if that's the case, then theoretically that would actually make this level potential for the next bottom around 54,000, and then see if it actually holds a bottom there. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Because look at where it's at already. Honestly, you already got a breakdown of like a head and shoulders, and now it's already like on the verge of coming down even more. The weekly chart looks weak as it is, and then you got the 8 EMA, my bad, the 8 EMA falling below the 200 EMA on the weekly chart. So all you can think of is more downside from here, because this weekly candle right now is struggling to get above back over 61,000. But did you get in? No, I didn't get in. I didn't get it because, you know what, there's a lot going on with Bitcoin, a lot of nefarious stuff that I can't even, my imagination can't even like describe. But like, there comes a point where there's cycles, and during the cycle you got phases, and then during the phases you have causes and effects, and then during that effects from that cause you have that reaction that would result in what is supposed to happen within that cycle, and then everything comes into fruition, and then all of a sudden you'll be like, wow, well, Bitcoin is at below 50,000. Where has my life been? I guess we're really crashing out on Bitcoin, and it looks like it's probably going to come back down to 25,000 within the next month or so. And then all the rest of crypto, like, like for example, Ethereum would be back at like 1,000, 1,200. Cardano would probably be like at 5 cents. XRP would probably be like at 80 cents or something like that. It would probably most likely be back down to like 50 to 60 cents, within that range, maybe. XLM would probably be back at 9 to 10 cents. H bar would probably be like at, I don't know, like 4 cents. So that's just my prediction on where those prices could go if Bitcoin and if Bitcoin decides to fall into those levels. Then you would have to treat that as an opportunity. If you decide to want to take advantage of that opportunity, you would feel free to make that decision on your own accord and get and get in on the dip. Right, Gary? So we're just following what Bitcoin is doing. So again, if Bitcoin drops down to like 48,000, we would assume that it would fall somewhere around 75 to 80 cents. If Bitcoin were to freaking drop to 25,000, which you never know if that would be the case. If this decided to drop down to 25,000 and reach July to August 2023, and it's funny because actually the last bottom at between 20 to 25,000 Bitcoin was somewhere around the end of 2022 going into 2023. So if, let's say, Bitcoin were to come back down to 25,000, then I would assume that it would actually fall. XRP would fall back down to like the 45-50 cent range, and then that would be the sweet spot, in my opinion. Then I would literally, we would all just be like, you know what? Dang, look at that 95% discount. Because you know what? If we missed out on a 35-cent XRP, if we missed out on 30 cents the year before, then we would for damn sure make it known that we wouldn't miss out on this next opportunity for real. Because after that, you may not even see 50 cents again, and you may not even see $1 again. Even you may not even see $2 again. You may not even see $3.50 again. And then after that, then the whole thing starts to come to fruition. Everything starts to get implemented. The new system will start kicking in. I'm just imagining things right now, alright? This is just my imagination, alright? Take it with a grain of salt, alright? This is just for entertainment purposes, alright? Always do your own research, not financial advice. But anyways, how you doing, Gary? Hope everything is well. If XRP was 0.000000000000000000001 cents, and we literally bring down our average cost to 0.0000000000000000000000000012345 and continue to invest every week $100, and then XRP explodes back up from 0.000000000000000000000000000000001, and then hit back to 350, then we would consider it to become the next 1%. If not, maybe the next, well, we wouldn't be considered the 1%, we would be considered the 0.1%. In my imagination, of course. Right, man? No? I guess not. She doesn't think so. But I think so. I think it was, I think it would be very possible. Heck, remember, I mean, like, there was people that was introduced to Dogecoin when it was at, like, what, two fractions of a penny before it exploded to, like, 69, 70 cents? And look at where Dogecoin is at now. Dogecoin is back to, like, 7 cents. Look at that. It's way below the 200 EMA on the weekly chart, and it got a X signal back on the week of June 1st, and it looks nasty. It looks like it's actually heading back down further, even probably 6 cents. I haven't even heard of Dogecoin in a long time. So just a reminder too, if you look at this weekly chart of where Dogecoin was once upon a time, where it had consolidated for a very long time, and that was back in June. Let's see, I want to say entering June to October of 2022, when it was at around 5 to 6 cents. And then again back in June of 2023 into October of 2023. It seems like there has been somewhat of a pattern there. That's funny. It's like the same amount of time between June and October of 2022, and then June and October of 2023. Then you have June, and maybe the same thing happens with this year, where we see Dogecoin entering the same into the range where it was back in 2022 and 2023, July to October, and then you see a bottoming forming, and all of a sudden right there you see Dogecoin start to come back up. But around that time, something would have to happen. I don't know what, I don't know exactly what, but it would be considered the news cycle, and then it would have to like repeat again. But then again, nobody really looks at Dogecoin the same anymore. It didn't used to get the same hype as before. So maybe yeah, maybe that could be the same case too. Because there was a rebound that also happened back in 2024. You see Bitcoin had reached around 49,000 on the low back in August of 2024, and then it took off again, and then it made the new all-time highs at 126,000 before starting to drop back down again. So maybe you probably follow the same situation like it did around that time. So you might be right, Gary. That could be. Well, we wouldn't really have to know about all the coins, but We just know that it just tracks along with Bitcoin, and that's it. Until then, until they find, until something happens. I don't know what it could be, but something that would actually set off a few coins without the need of Bitcoin and its price action, for the other coins to just go off by themselves. It's the same thing with stocks and the markets. You would know when there's a huge catalyst coming, and then once that sets off this particular stock, as an example, and then it starts going off on its own, and in massive volume and percentage, without the need of the influence of the market to move it, then nah. What you mean nah? By the way, July 2nd at 8:30 in the morning, you have unemployment rate data, non-farm payrolls, ISM manufacturing PMI. You have Kevin Warsh's first speech as Fed chair, and Jolt's job opening. So you have a lot going on for July. You have a lot going on for this this coming week. Well, this week actually. So yeah, Jolt's job openings tomorrow at 10 a.m. Then Fed Chair Kevin Warsh's speech on July 1st at 9 in the morning. Then ISM manufacturing PMI, and then on the 2nd you have unemployment and non-farm payrolls. I mean, I appreciate that. Thank you. I mean, I don't know what happened to me. I guess I sounded sick. Sometimes when I get tired, like, my voice gets a little groggy. Yeah, you can just hear it. Like, I need rest. Blah, 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 blah. Listen, I honestly, I would rather just want to go with the coins that we've talked about the most, and knowing of their concept, and knowing of what their capabilities is, and being involved in the new financial system, supposedly, maybe. I don't know, maybe. In my imagination, maybe. I don't know. You know exactly what I'm talking about, right? If we know these things, and if we know that this is what the future would bring for these specific coins, not all coins, then we would all know what to get into and what to hold, and just to keep invested in, without the sake of, like, looking at Bitcoin. Because if one day Bitcoin decides to into the dumps, and then see Bitcoin back down to like 25,000 in my imagination. Of course, I'm just talking smack about Bitcoin, but I mean, who knows? Like, expect the unexpected. Then you will definitely see the effects happen with the rest of the crypto market, and not only that, because you know how much institutions have been involved into crypto, into Bitcoin, and having most of their money in there as leverage, and just for emergency purposes if their accounts get you know margin called, then they had to find an easier way to like access their funds, which would be through their crypto funds and so forth, and then the rest is history. That's the only thing that I would think of like as a possibility. But anyways, I don't know if you guys have been looking at the Discord, but I had pointed out at market open that those few stocks that were actually up today, including UPC, which I have a feeling that somebody had talked about UPC, and I'm trying to figure out who it was. So if I search UPC, oh, okay, no, oh, it was Big JR. Wait a minute, no way, hold on. Oh, it was actually Big JR. No way. That's crazy. That's insane. I did not know that. Hold on. Oh. Hold on. Let me just capture this, because I want to share with Big JR on the Discord, and then I'm gonna show this screenshot. Hold on, because that's insane. I completely forgot about this. That the fact that we talked about this stock. Wow. Big JR is gonna be like, wow, what? Yes, you mentioned this back in October of last year. Big boy, big boy, big boy, big boy. Yo, Eric, are you still here? Are you still here, Eric? Let me know. Let me know, Eric. Let me know. Oh, screenshots. I need screenshots. Big JR. Oh my gosh. Here this happens. There you go. There you go. I'm gonna put the shocking gorilla. There you go. That's insane. Maybe 40K and then turn around. I would like 40K for sure. 40K sounds pretty good to me. Then again, I would like Bitcoin at 25,000. Maybe at 10,000. But then again, you would imagine all the stocks that are correlated with Bitcoin, and just imagine what that would do to those stocks, and the miners too, the Bitcoin miners, those companies, and the ETFs and all that, and all the rest of crypto. Oh boy, what a mess that would be. That would be a shit show. Another stock too that was up. Look at that. SDOT, Sadot Group Inc. closed up 67.13%, and at $35.85. This was at a day's low of 1758 and a high of $44.70, with a high of $48.08 after market close, I believe. All right, Gary, take care of yourself. Sleep well. Sweet dreams. Good luck in your trading tomorrow. Hope to see you on the Discord soon. Thank you for joining the stream. Much love. Bloom. So SDOT was talked about by let's see. I think SDOT was talked about by the Richard guy. Shout out to Richard. And literally before the first run that had occurred, and that was back around, what was that? When was it? Let me see. Let me look at the daily chart. The daily chart would give me a better idea of where it was. Well, you had the first run, which was somewhere around the beginning of June into June 11th. So the run that happened between almost $3 a share all the way until almost $40, and then coming back down to as low as $4.82 on June 22nd, and then from there bottoming out to then blow off again. Probably people thinking, well, damn, I think this is it for the stock, because they kept going down, down, and down. But something happened, and this thing just literally exploded from $6 all the way back to $44.70, probably to $48. Just $48, I mean to say. So that's massive. But it did pull back from 48 to close again to 35.85. So that was a big sell-off from there into close. So that was insane. There's no news as of late, as of recent. So that was one of the other gainers for today. Then you have ASTC, Astrotech Corporation. I forgot who mentioned that one. There was a couple of tickers that was mentioned during the past week or so. So it's hard to keep track of them, but even this one here was mentioned, and it closed up in the green, 30.83%. It went from a low of $9.24 to a high of $14.89, closing at $12.18. ASTC, there goes Big JR saying damn, because he talked about that one. Okay, so it for some reason, I guess it was not mentioned. It was not mentioned, but it's on the list, on the watch list. Bliss, I remember. B-List Corporation. Wait, B-list? Hold on, B-list? Sounds familiar. B-list. I knew it. Bro, Baby Liz. That's not the same one though. No, that's not the same one though. Is it? B-list corporations? No. That's the defense stock. That's the defense stock. Apparently, this went up 21.43%. So another small runner there. But this was at 4 cents back in May 29th, 2026. It has been coming down ever since, and then I guess it held a bit of a bottom there at or around the 200 EMA, to then bounce from 1.5 cents to like 1 3/4, almost 2 cents. So I'm just wondering about that stock, because it looks like it's trending a bit, bullishly, in my opinion, especially on the weekly chart, since that trend is turning from red to yellow. I would imagine throwing in a chunk in there, but it's on the OTC market. So that's interesting.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah. Yo, what the frick, bro? That's insane. Yo, what the fuck? That's hilarious. That's good. Oh man. That's insane. I can't, bro. I can't. Let's see. So yeah, let me see. I don't know. I want to expect good things to see from Nixie and the other stocks that we mentioned before in the past. It looked like, wow, look at, are you serious right now? Look at BlackBerry. And I'm just out of words right now. And BlackBerry has done it again another week of volume, and it's not even like we just started this week, and BlackBerry just got a volume of 47.66 million shares traded, and this went from 1131 to as high as 1261. This is crazy. BlackBerry is doing it, and it's doing it even more than freaking Railtown. I just had to say it. Sorry to William, but dang, like people in Railtown is missing out on these bangers of us, like of these bangers of stocks. I just can't. I can't imagine if TP. Shout out to you. If you're still in this, oh my gosh, like this is insanity. This is insanity. Just taking a look at BlackBerry, and BlackBerry being one of the meme stocks from 2021, alongside Nokia, Express, Kaz, AMC, GME, to go up. Now this company is worth something for sure, like legitimately, in my opinion. But I'd love to see his reaction, like, because this is crazy. I mean, look at that. BlackBerry is doing things. BlackBerry is making a comeback. BlackBerry. Oof. No way. So far, BlackBerry with an explosive start to the week on the weekly chart. Let's see what else. Lucid. I'm sure this was just all like part of the market's just trying to come back up. Cause let me see SPY for a second. Let me see how SPY did on the 4-hour. The SPY wicked crazy. What are these wicks on SPY? Oh, I did not notice this at all. Look at this. 716, 716.58. These two 4-hour candles. That's nuts. I have never seen that before. It's like it was on the verge of collapse, and then something just pushed it back up, and then all of a sudden now it's back on the trend to retest higher highs and to try to get back to like 744, 743, 744. And for that, I guess it started making other stocks go up, back up as well. Because look at Lucid. Lucid was at barely like just above $5 last week, and ranging. It's been ranging since the beginning of this month. How do we not see this? So Lucid has been ranging here, and I'm guessing like they found the bottom for Lucid, and Lucid looks to be trying to come back up now, and just breaking over the 200 EMA on the 4-hour chart. Look at the 4-hour. Look at the hourly. It's literally stair-stepping there. Let's see. Silver, we got a consolidation on silver for now at $57. Gold just below 3,970. We got oil still around $70 per barrel, consolidating as well. Probably looking for another breakout. Try to retest $72 a barrel later on this week, maybe, if things were to get worse in you know, the whole situation. It's been a back and forth, back and forth. Either the Strait of Hormuz is open or is still fully closed. I don't know. I don't even know anymore. But anyways, yeah, I think that should sum it up for tonight's stream. Everybody's busy, so I might as well just like set up shop and call it a night. And I'd like to thank each and every one of you guys for being here. My supporters, my fam, starting with Jason G, Fishy, Adrian, Lewis, Big JR, Eric G, and Gary. There's a lot of other people missing in the crew, but you know who you guys are. I'd like to thank you all and wishing you the best for this week in trading. Just, you know, keep a reminder of what we be talking about on the stream. Keep watching out for the overall markets. Any stock that you are in, just reference that. Know your limits, set your limits, manage your risks. Just know that you're your own decision maker of your investments and your money. As long as you're doing those things and you're making your money, and know that everything and anything said in the stream was not financial advice. This was for education, research, and entertainment purposes, with some speculation and all that sauce. And I love you guys, and I will see you on the next live stream, or maybe just randomly like stream somewhere in the city talking smack. But yeah, take care, y'all. Have a great night. Also, happy birthday once again to Fishy, and thank you for the gifted membership to Pamela la 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 la. Shout out to her. Love y'all. And yeah, be safe and take care. Peace out. Good night.
LionOfAllTradez.